Holy crap a moly. Things are getting pretty fun in this past few days, and in today's video I want to cover some interesting metrics that have been popping up and being basically put in other people's face on other blockchains, and go over where they're headed, where we're going, and what's going on with Cardano. So with that being said, let's get right into it. First things first, before we dive into it, I want to talk about delegating and staking your ADA, and that is with the Jack Stake Pool. If you want to do so, you will earn passive ADA on your ADA, and you can also pull Hosky meme coin every single epoch, and soon enough, you'll also be able to claim some Sunday rewards by staking with the Jack Stake Pool, so please consider doing so. Now, I usually don't look at the price of crypto very often, but looking right now, Cardano is around $1, and it's down quite a bit over the 7 days. As is the rest of crypto. That is just how Valentine's Day is going to be, okay? Now, with that being said, there's some other metrics other than price that are very interesting, and they've been floating around on Twitter and in other places. And that is Cardano's transaction volume over the past 24 hours being number one, above a Bitcoin, above Ethereum. Now, I'm not going to say that this is calculated exactly properly, because when we look at the real-time volume, it's about 376 million, not even a billion. And if we think about it, 17 billion in transaction volume is, if we look here, over half, or pretty much exactly half of Cardano's market cap, which to me doesn't sound right. So yes, it is really cool to be on the top of Messari. Yes, I would love for this to be absolutely, fairly comparable to the other blockchains. I'm not saying that this isn't real volume. What I'm saying is the way Cardano's EUTXO model works, I don't think the volume is traced in the same manner as something that is account-based like Ethereum. So not the most comparable thing, kind of like comparing TPS when Solana versus Cardano. The argument is that Solana is just more centralized, and also they have huge server requirements. So no wonder the TPS is higher. It's kind of like that. It's comparing apples to oranges, but I do think it is interesting to see Cardano at the number one slot here on Messari when sorting by transaction volume over the past 24 hours. Regardless, if we look over to the right, you're going to see that there's only 51,000 in fees, which is really interesting. So double Bitcoin just about, and even for that, such a small amount, 1/7th amount of the fees, and double the amount of volume almost. So it's pretty promising in that sense. I know the fees have been always good on Cardano. We'll see where we're headed with a possible fee structuring coming in later in the year. I don't know how that's going to go, but overall, I am bullish on everything that's happening in the ecosystem. And with this huge spike in volume, I don't know why. I can't really tell you. But even though the exchanges volume is much lower, as you can see here, doesn't really make up 17 billion. The transactions on Cardano are really fast. Past 2 days, it's pretty much like pre-Sunday Swap DEX launch. It is super fast. I don't know what they're doing. And today, there is another parameter update being deployed to increase the memory limits of smart contracts, will then in turn slowly increase the throughput of the entire blockchain. So it is not a big step up, but it is interesting to see that Cardano right now is not only usable, but it's quick again. And it is a little bit surprising, but I also really like it. Speaking of metrics, here we have total value locked. And right here, right now, we are looking at Bitcoin. Yes, Bitcoin. 149 million total value locked. So all the people out there who just want to talk about total value locked, and yes, I know Bitcoin is not a smart contract platform. It is comparing apples to oranges when comparing Bitcoin's point of view to Cardano's point of view, but Cardano has surpassed Bitcoin in total value locked, and it's my expectations that this kind of upwards trend is not going to stop. It is going to be fast and furious, especially as more quality dApps launch on the Cardano ecosystem. But once again, my main point here is that comparing TVL, TPS, total transaction volume, whatever you want to do between entirely different protocols is just not that feasible, and it's not going to give you an accurate representation of where the market's going. And I don't think anything's really going to give you an accurate representation of that, but I do think it's better to focus on one system and learn how it works, how it ticks. And to me, Cardano is moving upwards, whether it be double the TVL or triple the TVL of another protocol. To me, it doesn't really matter as long as there's progress being made and the developers are still here wanting to get involved. That's it for the video today. It's been a short one, but I just wanted to update you guys on metrics and seeing all these large metrics, seeing everything happen so quickly and the network being super fast was a surprise, and it does feel good. But we have to remember that all of these things, all these good feelings right now probably are going to dissipate in a little bit of time. So be ready for that. Be ready for a bit of FUD on Twitter and don't get too bothered by it. If you're invested in Cardano, you're probably here for a reason. Just remember that reason. And anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. It's been your friend Jack. See ya later, alligator.